So you said Fort Myers Police Department, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and tell me what happened.
Mainly, I have several incidents where the officers keep finding a way to arrest me. And each time I'm arrested, there seems to be a bit of issue with the evidence, as far as the evidence being lost, as far as the evidence being recorded over. I have statements saying the evidence never existed, even though the sworn statement and the sworn testimony were submitted into custody for evidence.
Okay, well, give me an example of one of the cases you're talking about where you were arrested, and are you saying you were arrested wrongfully?
Right, right. Well, on June 19th, 2009, I was arrested for possession of cocaine and also sell and intent to sell of cocaine. And I was arrested on June 19th, 2009, but this supposedly happened February 6th of 2009. But the incident took place 4 months prior to the arrest. And at the time, I wasn't even staying in this county. I was staying in Tampa, Florida, and I was a student attending my freshman year of school.
Okay, well, they could still say that you just drove over from Tampa. Can you give me something more conclusive that you can prove shows that you were like actually in another state, or that could not have possibly done what they're accusing you of?
Well, I provided documents showing that I was in school, and I was actually enrolled in school at that time.
Okay, what were they? So they were accusing you of selling cocaine or possession of it?
Right.
Okay,
Sure.
and they were saying that you were selling this from some place in Fort Myers.
Right.
All right, but you were actually living somewhere else in Tampa?
Correct.
Okay, and will other people corroborate that, meaning friends, people can say that you lived in this building and that you were not going anywhere else, those sorts of things?
Yeah, the staff at my school, my employers, both of my employers, my roommates, friends in the area.
Okay, and so what happened with the case?
Well, in that case, I kept pushing the issue, and they kept trying to get me to plea. I didn't accept any plea bargains. So when I got ready for pretrial, they were saying that there was an issue with the evidence. And they put a sworn statement saying there was a video recording. There was also audio recording. But as we got to the depositions, we found out that my name was just given by another police officer to a detective, and they mainly built the whole case around my name. And I found that information out through my public defender.
Okay, so did they drop the case, or is the case still going on?
There was no process due to the fact they had nothing to really process because there was no evidence.
Okay, well that's a good thing. So you're saying that this has happened more than once, where they've come at you with a case and it fell apart because they didn't have the evidence to back up what they were accusing you of.
Yeah, this is the third time.
The third time. The third time that you've been accused and the case fell apart?
Correct.
That's very unusual. Is it the same?
Consequently.
Is it the same detective who's involved in each of the three cases?
No. Same
Okay.
officers, though.
Okay, but the officers all from Fort Myers PD.
Right, all the same agency.
Okay, and let me ask you just frankly, and you can be honest with me or not. Is there anything to what they're accusing you of? Are you innocent of the things that they're claiming you did?
Of course.
Okay.
All the way innocent, 100% innocent.
Okay. Okay. Give me your theory on why you think that they're trying to set you up.
Well, I really don't have a theory, and that's the issue. I don't have any prior convictions. I'm a law-abiding citizen, and I just don't see why this vigilant type of police work, is being taken out on me as if I'm not a threat to the society or anything, And I just don't understand why these police tactics would be used against me for no reason at all.
Okay.
And I don't know if I could provoke the officers in some kind of way due to the initial incident when I first was arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what led to all the rearrest or what. But I'm having a tough time with this agency.
Okay, let me ask you a question, and I don't want to go too far into it because I don't want to put you in a position of going beyond what the scope of your complaint is, because if they've done this to you 3 times and you're innocent, that's pretty serious. and it needs to be addressed. But I also want to ask you another question. Did they have anything to go on from a previous thing that you were found guilty of, or did this just arise out of nothing, meaning that they just started coming after you for no reason?
Just started coming after me for no reason. I don't have any convictions of anything. Minor traffic violations, but other than that,
Okay, then this is fairly outrageous. All right, there's a couple of avenues that I'm going to recommend that you take. Obviously, filing a complaint against the officer is the first step, is a good idea, and we will help you with that part of it. However, I would recommend that you contact the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, the Attorney General's office, and that you contact the city of Fort Myers, and especially the city attorney, and get either an attorney or someone in my position, who's an expert, who can tell the city attorney that something doesn't fit here. If they've gone out and arrested you 3 times on evidence that later fell apart, then it's either some pretty sloppy detective work, or what you're saying is true, or there's something that I can't figure out so far that's not in the equation. Something's missing. But I can tell you right now, if what you're telling me is correct, and these other charges that have been brought against you also, fell apart, it's bad police work at a minimum. It's harassment if once we start moving down that track, and it could be something more serious depending on the reasoning for doing what they're doing. Okay?
right.
So let me just stop the recording here.